ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम। सुमुखश्च एकदन्तश्च कपिलो गजकर्णकः लंबोदरश्च विकटो विघ्नराजो विनायकः धूमकेतुर्गणाध्यक्षः फालचन्द्रो गजाननः वक्रतुण्डः शूर्पकर्णो हेरम्बः स्कन्दपूर्वजः शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये यस्य विरदवक्त्राद्या पारिषद्या परस्सतं विघ्नं निघ्नन्ति सततं विश्वक्सेनं तमाश्रये। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय कृष्णाय अक्लिष्टकारिणे नमो वेदान्तवेद्याय गुरवे बुद्धिसाक्षिणे कृष्णद्वैपायनं व्यासं सर्वभूतहिते रतं वेदाब्जभास्करं वन्दे समाधिनिलयं मुनिं जन्माद्यस्य यतः अन्वयात् इतरतश्च अर्थेषु अभिघ्नः स्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदायः आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजोवारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा स्थिरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि धर्मः प्रोचितकैतवोऽत्र परमो निर्मत्सराणां सतां वेद्यं वास्तवम् अत्र वस्तु शिवदं तापत्रयोन्मूलनम् श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनिकृते किं वा परैः ईश्वरः सद्यः हृदि अवरुध्यते अत्र कृतिभिः शुश्रूषुभिः तत्क्षणात् निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं सुखमुखात् अमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिकाः भुवि भावुकाः यं प्रव्रजन्तम् अनुपेतम् अपेतकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरह कातर आजुहाव पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तरवः अभिनेदुः तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमानतोऽस्मि यः स्वानुभावम् अखिलस्तुतिसारम् एकम् अध्यात्मदीपम् अपि तितीर्षतां तमोन्धम संसारिणां करुणयाः पुराणगुह्यं तं व्याससूनुमुपयामि गुरुं मुनीनां नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्. Now with Bhagavan's grace, let us continue from where we left off yesterday. We came up to Slokam 23 and Swayambhu Manus is speaking to his grandson Dhruva, giving him, counseling him, giving him very valuable advice, which is equally valuable for you and me today. Number 24 we will take up. न चैते पुत्रक भ्रातुः हन्तारः धनदानुगाः विसर्गादानयोः तात पुंसः दैवं हि कारणम्. न चैते पुत्रक भ्रातुः हन्तारः धनदानुगाः विसर्गादानयोः तात पुंसः दैवं हि कारणम्. पुत्रक, a child, पुत्रक कुळन्दाय, child. एते धनदानुकाः, धनदानुगाः, these Kuberan's servants or these Kubera's servants, Bratuhu Hantarah na. They are not the killers of your brothers. Putraka, Ete dhanadanugaha bhratuhu hantaraha na. Na means no in Sanskritam. So these servants of Kuberas are not your brother's killers. A tata, a child, pumsaha visarga visargadanayoho daivam hi karanam. A tata, child, pumsaha, for man, man's, not for man, but man's, like Mandidanudaya, visarga danayoho, for birth and death, daivam hi karanam, only the Supreme, Bhagavan, is the cause, isn't it? He, isn't it? Now, Bhagavan is also actionless. He doesn't do anything. He himself has said that. He's just a witness. But in this Maya that Bhagavan is weaving, like the way I project myself.
There is some disturbance on and off.
There is some
Yes, sir.
You're not able to hear me properly? Can you hear me properly?
No, I'm not able to hear you. I hope I'm not the only one. Sorry to
How about others? Okay. How about others?
It's okay for me. I don't have a problem.
For me too.
Okay.
I'm okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
okay. Then, can you? Yeah, no problem. Can you just turn?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go back and come back again. Thank you.
Sorry.
No problem.
Thank you.
So, Bhagavan himself says, I'm only a witness, akarta. Very important to understand this. How the witness, the detached one that is just observing, just a witness for everything within us, at the same time, when it projects itself in this, weaving itself in this Maya, which is nothing but the imagination of my mind, and the imagination of my mind are the thoughts in my mind, and the thoughts are in my mind are all caused only by desires. Please understand that. Okay? A person in absolute coma without any sensory perceptions at all, the five senses of perception, the person doesn't have that sensory perception, what thoughts can that person have? What desires can that person have? So there are no thoughts at all. I mean, I'm just giving you one relative example. Okay, that is not the state that we are talking of. But the main thing is, must understand, imagination is nothing but thought. So the when the thoughts are stilled, okay, when there are absolutely no thoughts at all, that state of mind is absolute peace. Please understand. Okay? So that thoughts, again, we saw in Bhagavad Gita teachings very clearly. The function of the mind, the sensory organs, the indriya, jnana-indriyanga, the senses of perception, touch their corresponding objects and stay there for longer than what is needed. Then that attachment comes. From that attachment arises desire. Okay? So desire is the one that gives rise to thought. Bhagavan himself says, why did I create myself separated myself from myself? The desire to share love, give love and receive love. So here, Daivam hi karanam, Bhagavan, the supreme entity, Bhagavan is the cause for this, isn't it? For the death and birth. Actually, it is not Bhagavan. What it is, it's the projection, the modus operandi, the mahattattvam. Okay? The operating principle and the law that has been inviolable law of creation that has been laid, that is what is mahattattvam. And that is the operating principle here. Okay, that's what gives rise to death and birth, because if I do not follow the law, then I keep being born, and therefore being born, I also disappear, then being born again, like that. Once I'm in absolute consonance with the operating principle of sharing absolute unselfishness, the selflessness, so to speak, and also the ahamkaram also goes away, which we're going to cover now in the next few slokams, okay? And then you're one with Bhagavan, because finally ahamkaram also has to vanish. The feeling of separation has to go. So here, so that is the karanam. Daivam hi karanam, he says. Number 25. Sahayeva visvam srijati sa evavati hanti cha ata api hi anahankarat na ajyate guna karma bihi. He says, Sahayeva visvam srijati sahayeva avati hanti cha atapi hi anahankarat. Anahankarat. Very important. Na ajyate guna karma bihi. See? Finally, and the ahamkaram also must go. Here, Dhruva went to fight, to avenge the killing of his brothers because it thought it was his brother, the ahamkaram, me and my body associated with that. So, and this is what Swayambhu Manu is teaching him now. When it is like that, Sahayeva, that supreme entity itself, whether you call it vidhi, whether you call it fate or destiny or karma or time, those are all speculations on the name that we give. But the main teaching is not even a leaf can fall. Please remember that teaching directly from Bhagavan himself. Not even a leaf can fall. The distant star can shine without Rama's will. Rama's will. If I align my will, my desire, my inspirations and my compulsions in alignment with that Bhagavan's will and finally sublimate, finally merge my will in his, that is the final goal. So he says, Sahayeva, that Bhagavan, that supreme entity itself, that Paramatma, it's only him. Visvam srijati, he creates the world, as we say in English, but makes all the things appear, causes the appearances to appear, projects the appearances is probably another way of saying it. Sahayeva avati. Once it's created, once it's active, everything has to be protected. Even an ant has to be protected. Even a cockroach has to be protected because it has taken birth. Even a snake has to be protected. A human being has to be protected. Even a most cruel man, most evil person who destroys things, who creates and harms people, even he has to be protected. Please understand, for Bhagavan there is no difference. So, Sahayeva avati, Sahayeva hanti cha. He also destroys it, as we say in English quickly. Alikkirar we say in Tamil, but what is Alikkirar, Padaikkirar, creating and destroying? There's nothing like that. Things appear, and what has appeared sustains for a while, and then it has to disappear. That there is no destruction, there is no creation. It's all projection only. Projection only. And Santicha, he also destroys it, dissolves it. Atapi, even when it is like that, is Bhagavan actually doing all this? See, the very important thing to understand, okay? Atapi, even though, as Bhagavan says in Bhagavad Gita, all these are established in me. I am the one who weaves this yoga maya, which is very difficult to overcome. I am the one. And he says, if you don't behave yourself properly, to put it in a very crude manner, obviously, puts you back in this cycle of birth and death, the samsara sagaram, till you learn your lesson. I'm the one who's doing all this. He says, at the same time, I am akartha. I am not attached to any of these. All these things are in me, he says, but I am not in them. Please understand. No difference. So by then, you looking at yourself in the mirror, the reflection is because of you, but you are not because of the reflection. That's the meaning. Okay? So, tatapi, even when it is like that, anahankarat, very important, because of lack of absolute absence or ahamkaram. I am the doer. The moment you say I am the doer, problem comes. I am the doer means you're attaching something, yourself to something, right? This is the nature of prema. Okay? Prema is what it is. Nature is to love, to expand, to include. That's it. That is nature. That's the way nature of ice is to be cold. Nature of fire is to be hot. But that nature of prema is that. And that is what Bhagavan is. Prema Swarupa. Anamkarat. Guna karma bihi na ajyate. With the various actions that are impelled and propelled and pushed and pulled by the impulses of the three gunas, Satvikam, Rajasikam and Tamasam, because by these three gunangal, they are all pulled and pushed and all the actions take place because of that. But Bhagavan, because there is no ahamkaram, okay, the ahamkara means absolute absence of attachment. For me to attach to something, I can attach to something that is only separate from me. Please understand. Very important to feel. There is only one. What can it attach to it, sir? You cannot. So, for you to attach, you got to have more than one. But Bhagavan is only Ekam Sat. There's no feeling of separation. So, where can he attach to? Nothing. Anahamkaram. Because of that, there is no guna karma also. There is no gunangar, there is no karmakar. Okay? And the ajyate is not touched by all these various actions. This is very important to understand. And akarma, vikarma, and karma. Bhagavan describes to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita, let me tell you. So he says, what is karma, Swami? Okay. Karma, to put it in a very crude manner, in a way that we can relate to it, is the efficacy of doing work. Okay. Karma is not only work, it also encompasses not only the result from the work, but also it encompasses the attitude, the efficacy of doing. This is the reason we are all given karma. So that is karma. Then the vikarma is prohibited actions, which means I should not do it selfishly. I should not do it without separate. I should not do it by separating myself from Bhagavan. So many things are there. Vikarma. But akarma, it says, Bhagavan, I am akarta. Akarma is this love, the prema, the bliss, the peace that is seated in my heart, in my hridayam. We call it witness, sakshi, whatever you call it, it is there. Absolutely unattached to anything and just there. There is no action for it. There is no action requirement. It doesn't do any action. But in spite of that, Bhagavan says, I do all this. I created the prapanjam. I do everything. I take avataram and come down, because if I don't act, then you don't know what to do. If the sun doesn't do its action, if the tree doesn't do its action, just imagine what will happen. So that's the reason I'm constantly engaged in action, Swami says. But at the same time, I am actionless. It's a very, very important teaching from Bhagavad Gita that requires personal reflection and personal reflection and thinking about this teaching. Then Bhagavan will clarify this. So he says, Sahayeva Viswam Srijati, Sahayeva Viswam Avati, Sahayeva Viswam Hanti Cha. In spite of the Thapi, even when it is like that, because not even a leaf can fall without Rama's will. That is part of creation. Even though Rama's will is like that, the will is only to the expansion of prema, right? Even though anahankarat gunakarma bihi na ajyate saha, that Bhagavan anahankarat, because of absence of attachment, gunakarma bihi, by the various actions that are impelled by the characteristics and the actions, na ajyate, he is not touched by it. I hope that is clear. It's a very important teaching. Number 26. Yesha bhutani bhutatma bhuteshaha bhutabhavanaha prasakya mayaya yuktaha srijati atticha paticha. Yesha bhutani bhutatma bhuteshaha bhutabhavanaha prasakya mayaya yuktaha srijati atticha paticha. Bhutatma, bhuta ishaha, bhuta bhavanaha, yeshaha. So, Bhutatma, Bhuta Isaha, Bhuta Bhavanaha, Yeshaha, Bhutatma, Bhuta Atma. One who is manifesting as the varied myriad appearances. The gross forms, the various beings, human beings, animals, trees, mountain, everything. The gross forms and the subtle forms also, which are our thoughts, ambitions, imaginations, feelings, kamam, krodham, all whatever it may be, subtle. Okay, they're not gross. Sukshmam, even that, Bhagavan appears in this, manifests himself like this in so many ways. Bhutatma, that Bhagavan, Bhuta Isaha, Swami, who manifests himself in those myriad forms, also is a master, the controller of all the forms. Please understand an extreme example that so that it occurs to me with Swami's grace. You become angry. Let us say, anger is a form of Bhagavan only. Krodha, Krodha Krit Karta. We say in Sahasranamam, Krodha, the anger, form of anger. Krodha Krit. Right? See, the anger comes. But Bhagavan is also the Isa, the master of that form also. So what does he do? Imagine, master means what? Everything is under control. Control means what? Everything is within limits. Nothing can go out of limit. Just you create a machine and the machine works out. You drive a car and the car goes out of limit. What will you do? Everything in this prapanjam operates within limits. Everything. And the controller, the one who sets that limit and makes sure and everything follows his order, that is Bhagavan Isaha. Even anger that rises up, wells up within each one of us unexpectedly, instantly, momentarily, and in such a huge form, from zero to huge quantity, it rises up. But how long does it last? Think. Imagine that anger is at that intense form throughout our life. What will happen? So that dies down. That intensity, I may fester some anger. That is another issue. That also has got its limit. Okay? But the intensity with which it rises up, if it doesn't die down, what will happen? Imagine. So, like that, that's one thing, one example I gave you. Anything and everything is controlled and put in its limit with Isa. The one who does it is Bhute Saha, Bhuta Isaha. It's grass body if you take. A child starts growing up. We all have 3 growth spurts physically. We know that by the time 14, 15 or whatever, you basically achieved your height. Suppose if you don't stop growing, you keep growing all through your life, what will happen? Becoming taller and taller. So, as the says in Prapancham in our body, there are 6 stages, isn't it? There's a growth, there is a change, there's a sustenance, there's a decline, and a final disappearance. But point is, everything is, whether it is gross or subtle, is controlled by the master. Even though he himself is the one who appears as a form, it's also in a controlled fashion. Bhute Saha. So that master, Bhuta Bhavanaha. You see, Bhuta Atma, Bhuta Bhavanaha. We say, Swami, you are my indweller. And imagine, if Bhagavan is a Visvaswarupi, let us say gross form, just take an example from on a gross basis. The size of the universe, that is Bhagavan. Virata Swarupam, okay, that is also part of Bhagavan. How can that size of that huge, even I cannot even imagine the size of the universe, that is within me, how is it possible? So when we say Bhagavan is indweller, okay, Bhutatma is Bhuta Bhavanaha. We are all dwelling in him. Okay? So all these are included. Bhutatma, Bhutesaha, Bhuta Bhavanaha, this Bhagavan, okay, that Eshaha, this Bhagavan, who Visvam Srijati, Visvam Avati, Visvam Hanti, that Bhagavan, who is Bhutatma, Bhutesaha, Bhuta Bhavanaha, this Eshaha, this Bhagavan, Mayaya Svasaktya, in his own glory, in his own power, the power of separation that he made, that power of separation, which is what Maya is. Separation from myself. I separate myself from myself. That power to separate, that is Svasaktya Maya, my own power. Nobody else has to give you that power. That Bhagavan, that Maya Svasaktya, Yuktaha, using that, joining with that, together with that, Yuktaha, Srijati, he creates, Patti, he also destroys, and Paticha, he protects it also with his own Sakti. Each, your life, my life, Bhagavan is not somewhere else. He is not sitting in Vaikuntham and does the creation and protection and dissolve. No. Every instant in our life, in your life, my life, creation is taking place, protection is taking place, and dissolution is also taking place. I create, I protect, and I also destroy it, dissolve it. Everything is in my mind. Think very carefully, because Manomulam idam jagat. Please understand. Because I desire something, I can desire only something that is different from me, that is separate from me. Think very carefully. Do I desire my own palm? Do I desire my thumb? Do I desire my own nose, or whatever it may be, physically speaking? I desire something that I think is separate from me. I look at a car that is different from me, so I desire it, to possess it. Desire comes. That desire is the fundamental root cause of creation. Atha Purusho Vai Kamayati. Okay, that Bhagavan said at the beginning, the Narayana Upanishad, it says, through desire, the creation takes place. The desire is I separated myself from myself because the desire is, I had no one to give love to, no one to receive love from. That desire of sharing love, even though love has no desires, that's his reason why Yuktaha Srujati, Atti, whatever is created also has to be protected, which is what we all try to do, isn't it? This is where, whether we make money or whether we have a child or whatever it is, we all want to protect what I think belongs to me, isn't it? And Aticha, finally it also goes away. So this Bhagavan is what the whole prapancham is happening like this. Hey Dhruva, a Kurandai, a child, this is what is happening. It is all Bhagavan only. The message. Okay, Anahamkaraha, without attachment is doing it. Yeshaha, Yesha Bhutani Bhutatma, Bhutetah, Bhuta Bhavanaha, Sasatya Mayaya Yuktaha, Srijati Atticha Paticha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Samastalokaha Sukino Bhavantu. Samastalokaha Sukino Bhavantu. Samastalokaha Sukino Bhavantu. Om Santit Santit Shantihi. Harihi Om. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.